Greetings and welcome to Christian Cultural Heritage, BI 4311 51. This is a online course for 8 weeks, and I will be covering the syllabus in this video. And a syllabus is available online in Canvas, and we'll try to mention that as we go on. I'm going to share the screen with you right now with the syllabus, and so you don't have to stare at my talking head for the whole time. You can go to the module section of Canvas, and you'll find a tab there for syllabus, and you can click on that, and you can download the syllabus there or just read most of the syllabus that is there. But the catalog description of this course is an exploration of Christian cultural heritage as it relates to the student's bachelor's degree, and it is required for all graduating students in their senior year. I know some students take it in the latter part of their junior year, and that's all right, but it does build on things you've learned since you've been on campus and gone through your program. Notice here on the first page for disability services, there's your contact information and your student access to faculty administration. You can find that information there. And then the Academic Center for Excellence, which provides academic support, tutoring, and so forth. The contacts are there as well. The purpose of this course is to explore the Christian worldview in light of popular culture and to gain insights into making application of Christian teaching to the graduating senior's major field of study. And that's all in the context of the American culture. We list the objectives here. Upon completion of the course, students will be able to, number one, demonstrate self-awareness of strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and challenges with respect to spiritual, professional, and sociocultural goals. And there are various assessments in the thing we'll be talking about later, from discussion board to the capstone essay to critical engagement papers and so forth. And they're listed under each one of these. Number two, discuss the influence of the Christian worldview on the American culture and its influence in the student's field of study. Number three, describe how particular disciplines may be developed and applied in both a spiritual and professional way for Christian service. And fourth, demonstrate critical reading, thinking, and writing skills. Course premise, philosophy, and methodology. This course reaches its didactic goals through cooperative efforts of the professor and the student. The course premise is that students learn this material best by writing assignments, by written assignments, class discussions, and research that integrates every aspect of the student's learning process. The course philosophy is that students who participate to the best of their ability in all of these areas will have greater success than those who do not. The course methodology involves written assignments designed to afford the student every opportunity to demonstrate competence in the basic understanding of issues relative to his/her degree in the context of Christian service. The professor's responsibility is to provide a proper learning environment for students to succeed, that is, pass in this particular area of study. The student's responsibility include, but are not limited to, the successful completion of all assignments. These prepare the students for class participation and his or her class contributions to the material covered in the various sessions. Each student should also take personal initiative to go beyond these assignments, seeking other available data that will, when added to the assignments, give the class a breadth and depth not otherwise available. Number four here is your content outline. There it's broken down into 7 areas, which correspond to 7 PowerPoint presentations. Though you won't get each PowerPoint all at one time, I will break them down into sections so that throughout each week of the 8-week course, you'll be able to watch the PowerPoint presentation in different sections, so you don't have to sit and gobble it up all at one time. But the 7 presentations are: 1, introduction, what is Christian cultural heritage, and 2, Christianity's global presence in the world, and number 3, Western thought and religion, number 4, discerning worldviews in a pluralistic society, and 5, Christian heritage in the U.S., 6, the challenge of modern secularism, and number 7, Christian engagement of modern secularism. The resources for this course, particularly for this course, you would want a Bible that you have handy, and then the 2 books, Os Guinness, The Call, Finding and Fulfilling Central Purpose of Your Life. There are 2 editions of this book, and so there are some differences between the 2 books, but I think we've got that covered in that when we tell you to read a certain chapter, we tell you what chapters those are in one edition and chapters in the other edition. The other book is Alvin Schmidt's How Christianity Changed the World, and you will need both of these books, as there will be required readings, and out of Schmidt's book, you will be having some papers due from your readings there, and so keep that in mind. You can get help from the library for various things if you need, and that's listed there. And then there are some resources here of other books that you might find interesting. Some relate to specific areas, like if you're studying in the area of biology, business, or history, psychology, there is books related to that. And then course requirements and evaluation, a formal assessment here. You will have readings will be required each week. And because it is an 8-week course, that means we're going through this material, within half the time period that we normally go through it in a full semester. And so keep in mind that means the speed is quicker, and so you got to get your assignments in faster than you would if you were taking over the full semester. So you have readings each week from your 2 textbooks, The Call and How Christianity Changed the World, along with some scripture readings. Questions taken from these readings will be part of your interaction in the discussion area. You'll be requested to post your reflections on selected questions and make comments on others' posts. So keep that in mind. From your readings, you will have things to discuss on the discussion board that you post, and then you're going to answer some of the posts of others. Number 2, notes for attendance and engagement is worth 200 points. And so these points reflect a student watching the videos and taking notes on the material, which are submitted to the professor. After viewing the video, students must electronically submit either their lecture notes taken while watching the video or a written summary, at least 500 words, of what was conveyed in the video. A summary of textbook readings does not fulfill this requirement. Simply copying the PowerPoint slides does not fulfill the requirement. The submission can either be typewritten notes or scans of handwritten notes. Notes must be submitted by the end of the week for that week's videos. Formal examinations, you will have 2 examinations. There will be a midterm and then a final exam due according to the course calendar below. And these exams will consist of multiple choice, essay questions, short answer, listing, and true or false questions drawn from the lecture material, PowerPoints, and also from your required reading. Discussion posts that we talked about earlier. Students will be expected to participate in discussion board each week, and notice for each week participation in those discussion board is 25 points, and 100 points is basically a full grade, and these are 200 points for the total discussion. So if you don't participate in the discussion, that automatically drops you to 2 grades right there. So keep in mind, don't neglect the discussion points that need to go on. Normally, students will be required to make 4 posts beginning in week 2. For week 1 and week 8, only 2 posts are required. The first post of each week must be completed by Wednesday, basically by midnight. All other posts for the given week must be completed by Sunday at midnight. All original posts to the instructor's questions should demonstrate substantial reflection on the question. Each of these posts must be at least 100 words long. Each discussion post is out of 4 points. Discussion posts to constitute participation for the university e-campus policy, but do not constitute engagement for the instructor's policy. Critical engagement papers. There will be 5 of these, and they're worth 40 points each for a total of 200. Every week, students will need to submit a minimum of a 500 word paper engaging the Schmidt's reading every week, beginning the 2nd week and through week 7. So basically week 1 and week 8, you don't have one. These papers will focus on arguments and evidence presented in the reading, as well as the students' reflections on it. There are opportunities for 6 papers. Students need to only complete 5. Basically, if you do the 6th one, you get extra credit points that will be added to your final point total. Number 6, reflective essay. That's worth 200 points. This is your capstone essay for the course, very important. This essay is examining the interaction between Christianity and various worldviews and ideologies, as well as reflection on your own worldview of how to incorporate Christian beliefs into your chosen vocation. Specific instructions will be distributed to guide you through this project, and it'll be due in the 8th week. In Canvas, you will find there's a place to click on the reflective essay. It will give you the instructions for writing that essay. And so once the course is open, you'll be able to get to some of those and look ahead and plan ahead. Informal assessment, the extra credit that we talked about earlier, if you do the 6th critical engagement paper, you can get as much as 20 points for on your final grade. Here is the course grading. You got your discussion posts worth 200, midterm worth 100, your final worth 100. Critical engagement papers worth 200, reflective essay worth 200. And the notes for your attendance and engagement in the course is worth 200 as well, for a total of 1,000. And the grading scale is 1,000 to 900,000 is an A, 800 to 899 is a B, and so forth. They're pretty straightforward. Here's your course calendar for the 8 weeks. Here, this course starts on the 23rd of August, kind of 1 week after the traditional program. And see the topic that we'll be covering, and that's basically the topic of the PowerPoint. And it gives you what you should do. We're reviewing the syllabus now, and then you'll have videos to watch on the PowerPoint presentations, then the readings that you'll be looking for, and you'll find out in the Canvas modules. And it'll also tell you about the discussion posts. So just for a second, let me go to that on the Canvas just to show you what that looks like. Let me pull that up here real quick. Okay. This is Canvas. This is going to be basically your view of it. You'll see when you get home. You'll have my introduction to you and some things. Then you slide down here at the bottom, and if you want to go to the modules, you can go right here. And if you want information about me and how to reach me, that would be right here. And down at the bottom is the contact information as well. And then announcements, they should pop up at your home screen, but they're there if you want to go back and look at any of them. And so there, the learning modules is the most important place, because this is where you'll go. Here you'll see resources to help you navigate Canvas, and then gives you kind of a class overview, objectives, some information about navigating the course map. My information, again, you can get here. This is where you can get the copy of the syllabus. If you click on that, up here you see the PDF. You can download, but here is the syllabus with a few things taken out, but most of the important stuff is there. So that is there. And then when you get down here, you'll get the modules week 1 through week 8. I've only got 2 up here. That's where you can see them at the moment. But you know, you'll see here that the first week, one of the things you'll do is you click here, and I give you my introduction, and then you're to introduce yourself to the class. Everybody introduce yourself, and then everybody, you know, welcome each other to the class. And under week 1, you'll see the video list here, and then the readings for the week will tell you what the readings are. And then this one will give you, like this one will give you the posts when the course starts. They don't list them now, because one of the things about this course I don't like is you can't seem to give it ahead before the actual start of the course, which is kind of strange. But anyway, so for each week you'll have this, and this area, the module area, is your most important area. And so explore that as soon as you can, and we'll get and I'll answer any questions you might have. This is basically the first semester. I guess I used it over the summer, but so we're all learning to navigate this new platform since we moved from Blackboard to Canvas. All right, let's move back to the syllabus, and we'll finish up there. Okay. But here is a summary of all of that you'll also see in your modules for each of the week. Here you have my information, and I am an adjunct professor, although I taught here for 21 years earlier and then went to the Uganda, as I say in my introduction, to work for 4 years as president of a new Christian university there, but came back right before COVID, and to our surprise, and my wife is taking care of her elderly parents. So, if you need to get a hold of me, best by email, but I do have an office I'm using temporarily in the building, Bible building on campus, and my cell phone here is available as well. Academic policies, attendance, please refer to the University eCampus Office Attendance Policy with respect to student enrollment and financial aid. It is available on Canvas under modules and student resources. Students who do not participate on the first 14 days of class may be subject to administrative withdrawal from the course and financial aid consequences. Additionally, students not active or who have not participated for 21 consecutive days could possibly receive a failing due to absences in the course. It's basically, if you're not doing any work or not doing the discussions, getting your work in, we're considering you being absent during that time. Late and makeup work, exams, discussion posts, and notes may not be submitted late unless arrangements are made with the instructor. Late submissions of these items without the instructor's consent might result in assignments not being graded or graded at a reduced level. Essays may be turned in up to 2 days late without arrangements with the instructor, but each day late will result in a letter grade reduction. Assignments submitted beyond 2 days may not be graded or might result in additional reduction. Because of this course is only 8 weeks and students have a week to complete assignments, I will allow makeup work only in rare occurrences. I have found that in courses like this, if you get very far behind, most students don't ever catch up. And so we really need to stick to getting your assignments in on time. Students who desire to make up missed assignments should contact me as soon as possible to discuss the reason for makeup work and the requirements. Contact during discussions, since our discussions will be online, just remember that just like in person, there are good ways and bad ways to discuss things. The vigorous investigation and or discussion of class material is encouraged. Students are invited to disagree with the instructor and or other students if such is one's true beliefs and or interpretation. Students, however, are discouraged from being disagreeable. Entirely out of place is rudeness, bullying, and ad hominem attacks, that is, personal attacks on people. Instead of focusing on the argument, they focus on the person. The instructor will be the final arbiter on whether a student's disagreement crosses over into unwelcome behavior like those listed above. In such cases, the instructor might ask the offending student to reword his or her comments, or in extreme cases, ask the student to leave the online discussion. Please treat all students in the appropriate Christian manner. Grading disputes in accordance with university policy and in order to ensure that each student's work is graded in accordance with student standards that apply to the entire class. If you have a question regarding a grade, you must meet with me within 3 days after the work in question is graded and returned. This appeal must be in writing, but initial requests may be verbal. No exceptions will be made to this policy. If the exam or assignment is rescored, the entire exam or project will be graded again. This means that your score may increase or decrease. Additional appeals is in keeping with university policy are also available. Academic honesty, as reflected in the university's honor code and honor pledge, all members of the faculty Faulkner community are expected to act with integrity and honesty, especially in the classroom. Claiming someone's work, words, or ideas that are not their own without attribution, intentionally or not, also known as plagiarism, the use of unauthorized materials or assistance during exam or quizzes, also known as cheating, are violations of this code. And it's very easy for people to share things and copy things, and especially on online classes where you're working on your own. Please do not use other people's assignments and submit them as if they're your own. Any student participating in facilitating or assisting in plagiarism or cheating or any other academic honor violation in this course will face academic sanctions. Penalties may range from failure on an assignment, quiz, or exam to failure of the course or other approved sanctions. To be clear, for any assignment in this class, you may only use the material the instructor explicitly designates as acceptable. The use of any other materials, sources, websites, or persons during the completion of an assignment is not authorized and is an academic violation. If a student becomes aware of a violation of the academic honor code, she or he is encouraged to and expected to follow the procedures listed in the student handbook, which includes informing the instructor of another student's alleged participation in academic dishonesty. Number 6, technical difficulties and failures of technology. Well, with an online course, you do sometimes run into technical problems. Because assignments are expected to be completed online, students might run into situations where they are unable to access materials or submission interfaces, or the system might fail in the middle of completing assignment. It is ultimately the student's responsibility to ensure that they meet the system and browser requirements necessary to access the university's Canvas system. You can see the area and technology under modules, tells you what you need. If a technical issue arises during the submission or completion of an assignment, contact the instructor immediately, preferably through email, noting that what occurred when the issue arose. The instructor will then make a determination regarding what steps need to be taken and what actions is acceptable. Retaking quizzes, resubmitting an assignment, etc. Because of the lead time on when assignments are due, however, students taking exams and submitting assignments at the last available time may face some sort of grade penalty if the situation warrants it. The general advice is this: don't wait until the last minute to submit online assignments in case there is some sort of technical issue. Always wise. Late work, exams, discussion posts, notes may not be submitted late unless arrangements are made with the instructor. I do realize sometimes there are extreme situations in which things happen, illness, death of family, so forth, but generally won't be allowed. Essays may be turned in up to 2 days late without arrangements with the instructor, but each day late will result in a letter grade reduction, so keep that in mind. Assignments submitted beyond 2 days may not be graded or might result in additional reduction. Syllabus change policy, just keep in mind that this is the syllabus as it exists now, and it will stay pretty much the same. I may do a little editing. I saw a few minor issues as I was reading through here with you. But basically, if there's any major change that would change your assignments or anything like that, I will let you know and communicate that to you. All right, well, that is a run through the syllabus. Again, I want to welcome you to the course, and I hope you do well. And I will help you to as much as I can to do that. And please feel free to contact me. The easiest way is through email, and that is quickest, but you can also call if you need to. And if you need to meet with me, I will be in my office at times, and we can set up a time for that. And if you happen to be coming by and want to stop in, that's fine too. When I'm here, I'll be glad to talk with you. All right, well, have a good rest of the day. And that is it for this uh, overview of the syllabus. Take care.